The morning sun filtered through the tall windows of the city courthouse, casting a serene glow on the polished wooden floors of courtroom 5B. Inside, tension simmered beneath the surface. The trial of Marcus Jameson was underway, a case that had captured public attention not only for its legal stakes, but also for the simmering undercurrent of racial bias. Marcus, a black man in his mid-30s, stood poised and composed at the defense table. His suit was impeccable, his demeanor measured and deliberate. A renowned civil rights attorney himself, Marcus was defending a client accused of financial fraud, a charge that Marcus argued was the result of overzealous prosecution and circumstantial evidence. Across from him, the prosecutor, a white man named Richard Barrett, was visibly agitated. Barrett was known for his aggressive courtroom tactics, often painting defendants in broad, negative strokes. Early in the proceedings, he had crossed a line. During opening arguments, Barrett disparaged Marcus with a pointed comment loud enough for the courtroom to hear. The defendant and his counsel here have been overly aggressive in their approach, almost hostile, in fact. A ripple of surprise passed through the courtroom. Marcus, unflustered, met Barrett's gaze without a hint of anger. The insult, meant to undermine his professionalism and character, only seemed to fuel Marcus's resolve. When it was Marcus's turn to speak, he rose calmly, clearing his throat. "Your Honor, members of the jury," he began, his voice steady and clear, "aggression is not a character flaw to be weaponized. It is often a misunderstanding of passion, commitment, in the pursuit of truth." He methodically began dismantling the prosecution's case. Every claim Barrett made was met with precise counter-arguments grounded in facts, law, and reason. Barrett had argued that financial records showed suspicious transfers. Marcus produced expert witnesses who explained legitimate business practices and accounting standards that the prosecution had overlooked. He highlighted inconsistencies in witness statements and called into question the reliability of key testimony. More striking was Marcus's ability to remain calm and professional despite Barrett's attempts to provoke him. When Barrett interrupted or raised his voice, Marcus responded with polite, unwavering composure, often turning Barrett's own arguments against him. At one point, Barrett accused Marcus of using legal jargon to confuse the jury. Marcus smiled gently. "Your Honor, clarity is the foundation of justice. If my explanations reveal complexity, it is because the truth is rarely simple. But I endeavor always to make the law accessible, not obscure." Throughout the trial, Marcus demonstrated not only his legal acumen, but also an unshakable integrity. He called on evidence from multiple sources, financial experts, former colleagues, and impartial investigators, to build a narrative of innocence. The jury listened attentively. Many remarked later that Marcus's calm demeanor and clear reasoning had made a lasting impression. When closing arguments arrived, Marcus's speech was a masterclass in persuasion. "Justice is not served by casting aspersions or labeling passion as aggression. It is served by evidence, fairness, and truth," he said. "I ask you to look beyond the rhetoric and see the facts as they are." After deliberating less than a day, the jury returned a unanimous verdict, not guilty. The courtroom erupted in whispered amazement. Outside, reporters pressed Marcus for comment. "How did you maintain such composure when the prosecutor accused you of being aggressive?" one asked. Marcus replied thoughtfully, "Labels are easy to throw, but don't define who we are. The law demands patience, respect, and clarity. When you carry those, no insult can shake you." His victory was more than a win in court. It was a quiet but powerful rebuke to the biases that so often cloud justice. Richard Barrett's tactics were criticized in legal circles afterward, with many calling for greater professionalism and awareness in prosecution. For Marcus Jameson, the case reaffirmed a lifelong commitment to defend truth with dignity, intelligence, and unyielding calm, even when the world tries to mischaracterize the voice that speaks it.